Horst, before we get to sort of the future in the EVs world, what was your take in the first quarter, and can Daimler put up these same kind of numbers for the rest of the year?
Well, that is at least our forecast. I mean, Q1 at least has been exceptional. I mean, you cannot assume that the margins continue to be strong like in Q1, even though I've got to say that Q1 was even a little bit better than expected by us. So therefore, that creates a little bit upside pressure. But at the moment, I can just say as long as there's shortage and the inventories are low and the pricing is strong and China keeps on being strong, and in Q2, you even should see a slight volume uptick, and higher volumes are always good for car makers. At the moment, I cannot foresee that the numbers come down short term significantly. I would even not be surprised if numbers come up in Q2. H2 is a different story. That depends on the shortage.
Right, I was going to say, so walk me through how they fit into the supply chain shortage for chips, how there's their inventory, how's it going to impact?
Yeah, so far Daimler says that they are not that much impacted by that. So they seem to have the situation under control. Mm-hmm. The way the company handles the situation is that they produce, for example, less A-class, and they produce more of the high-end cars, where they also have got more, where they make more money. So therefore, I think the shortage at the moment also triggers a kind of positive product mix effect that no one had in the estimates. And of course, needless to say, if there's shortage, then you don't need to give any rebate. If the waiting times get too long, then you don't give 10%, 20% rebate on the car, and higher price feeds through one by one to the profitability.
That's interesting. So let's talk about that, because part of what helped Daimler was they really had higher margin vehicle sales. So how did the chip play into that, and how do they sustain or not?
Yeah, I think they had some marginal problems, but they were not as intense, I think, as at other car makers. I'm even not aware that Daimler had really long shutdowns in passenger car plants. We heard about some shutdowns in the truck plants, but I think in terms of total volume impact, that was still quite low. And of course, if you don't produce a model like the A-class, then that dilutes the margin, and you just produce a higher end models that improves the margin. Therefore, I think the shortage even was a benefit. Benefit not just for Daimler, I think a benefit for the total industry. It's a sector tailwind, not just company specific.
And if you were going to be ranking European automakers, if we take a step forward to look at the EV sales, as the CEO was talking about, who's in front right now?
Well, I think first of all, shorter term, I think the EV game doesn't matter that much because the sales volumes are still rather low. Will get up, of course, in H2, but at the moment, still the perception is that EVs rather dilute the EBIT margins. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the main concern at the moment. So therefore, at the moment, shorter term, I would say what is important is its regional exposure, its segment exposure. I think in the COVID-19 crisis, some people got poorer, but a lot of people also got richer by asset price inflation. And these are typically premium car customers. And therefore, I think companies like Daimler, Audi, BMW, Porsche, they benefit from that. Their customers got richer and they can buy larger cars. It's as easy as that. And then also depends in which region do you sell the car. You mentioned it in your introduction. It's China. In China, the EBIT margins for cars, they are 2-3 times higher than in Europe. So therefore, what also matters is the car maker strong in China? If the car maker is strong in China, the margins are automatically high. That matters short term. Longer term, of course, what matters is can you sell EVs at a profit? Mm-hmm. And here, what is important is a scale, and do you get a cost down? But in the end, it matters also, is the car attractive enough? Right? A lot of people don't buy a Tesla because it's the cheapest car. They buy it because it's the fastest car, offers the best range. And I think here the legacy OEMs still have got some catch-up potential.
How does Daimler play that card? Like, where is their ability to play catch-up versus like a Volkswagen, for example?
Yeah, these are really different car makers, I would say. Keep in mind that Volkswagen, it's still to a large extent, it's a mass market car maker. Volkswagen is the largest car maker of the world. Mm-hmm. It serves the masses, right? When you serve the masses, you offer the car really at the midpoint of the market. Here, the costs matter, the price matters. And Daimler has adopted a strategy also for 2025, where they say, for us, market share doesn't matter that much. We are willing to give up market share. What matters for us is, does the customer pay the right price? Daimler follows a luxury strategy. They want to sell more cars at the higher end. If you have got a product like the EQS, then basically they want to create a product where the people say, regardless of the price, I want to buy this car. And they try to charge then in these segments basically premium prices where the price sensitivity is not that high. Whereas Volkswagen is acting in segments where the price sensitivity is higher. Here, much more the cost issue matters. I think that's the difference.
So which one's going to compete more with Tesla then?
Well, that's a fair question. In the end, to me, Tesla is still a premium car maker. So therefore, Tesla at the moment, you saw that also in the US, is taking market share from premium car makers. That's today. But if you listen to the conference calls of Elon Musk, then he basically wants to become also a mass market car maker. He's not happy with just 1% global market share. I think Tesla thinks about much higher global market share. So therefore, I think Tesla wants to convert from a premium car maker into a mass market car maker. And therefore, sooner or later, I think it becomes a competitor for everyone. At the moment, it's premium, but when they come up with a mass market car, let's say by 2025, then it's becoming also a competitor for the others.